What is up, our friends in film fandom, wherever you may be and however you may be watching and or listening over the music? Good Lord, that's loud. But we appreciate you being here and giving us just a little bit of your time. We are, of course, The Harsh Truth, and as always, I am obviously not Frank. I think work
you look
and
different. I knew something.
Yeah, a little different. I think work and whatnot got the better of him. So again, Dad lets me drive the car. So that's okay.
Whatever.
We're here and we're here in the spooky season. I mean, we're amidst the peak of spooky season. But here riding the passenger princess with me, the only person that I would want to do this stuff with in the peak season. He is now back from stalking the Lone Star State. It is, of course, the shape we all know as Tex. And how are you this evening, sir?
You know, it's one thing to kill them. It's another thing to hide the bodies. I tell you what, my work keeps me busy. You know, when you're dealing with these, sex-filled teenagers, you never know what to do with the bodies. You can never get rid of them easy enough. So either way, I'm happy to be back and talking about this guy, so it's all good.
Is it like it's like there's being a cop, but then there's all the paperwork. The paperwork's like hiding the body, like you just
see, that's the thing. It's not in my line of work. You want the least amount of paperwork possible. It's good for your freedom. You know what I mean? But the food's a little funny at the Clown Cafe, as this guy would say. So it's all good. So.
Oh, god damn it! All right, as always, of course, my mom's in here, and not Casey, so that's always fun.
Oh, I would much rather speak to your mother or Rachel over Casey every day of the week. All of them that end in Y. So they're much nicer people, so it's all good.
Yeah, well, his ears are probably burning, or something's burning on him. I don't know.
He'll be in here shortly, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, he'll look at his clock and be like, "Oh crap! I gotta get to the chat. I gotta stop doing my stream." You knock over his fucking belt off his wall trying to get to his computer or something. I don't fucking know.
Oh shit!
Oh god damn it! All right, now I'm done making fun of Casey. If you read, as you're reading the title here, of course, we're here to talk about All Hallows Eve from 2013, and I'm going to repeat myself because now I'm looking at the notes. All Hallows Eve is a 2013 American horror anthology film written, edited, and directed by Damien Leone. The film is presented as a series of shorts that two children and their babysitter discover on an unmarked videotape on Halloween night, all of which feature a homicidal clown known as Art the Clown. The film stars Katie Maguire, Catherine Callahan, Marie Mazer, and Kayla Lian. God, these names are going to kill me. With Mike Giannelli as Art the Clown. It incorporates footage from the 2008 short film The Ninth Circle, as well as the 2011 short film Terrifier, both of which were also directed by Damien Leone and featured Art the Clown. The film was followed by the standalone anthology sequels All Hallows Eve 2 from 2015, All Hallows Eve Trickster from 2023, and All Hallows Eve Inferno from 2024, which feature segments by different directors. The character of Art the Clown would later be featured as a main character of the Terrifier franchise, which we're all familiar with, where the character had first... Oh my god, where did my mind go? Where the character was featured in the first one from 2016. I'm going to get there, I'm telling you. It's 2022 sequel and Terrifier 3 in 2024. All Hallows
Eve. There's a lot
of
3s and 4s in there, I understand. So no worries.
There's a lot of numbers in my... what is that? Black Ops 1? Like the numbers, Mason? What do they mean? No, that was a good game. Anywho, where was... Oh, All Hallows Eve has received mixed reviews. Rod Law of the Oklahoma Gazette wrote, quote, "What All Hallows Eve lacks in production value, writer, director, editor, makeup artist Damien Leone makes up for with pure passion. One can tell this guy does love the spirit of the season, and it shows in his Terror trilogy, which has all the makings of becoming a minor cult hit," end quote. A reviewer for Ain't It Cool News praised the character of Art the Clown, calling him, quote, "somewhat iconic and pretty terrifying." but criticized the film's paper-thin storyline, writing that, quote, I can only imagine the fear... What? I can only imagine the fear would have been multiplied exponentially had the filmmaker spent as much time in the story as they did coming up with the creepy as all get out monster. I would have said also the effects, because holy crap, I'm sure we're going to talk about that here in
I
a
would have
second.
told them to go fuck themselves because they're a moron, but whatever. To each their own.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to.
If you're watching Terrifier for the plot, that's like kissing your sister. It ain't good for nobody. Like you're in the wrong.
You're trying to.
So,
you're trying to read a picture book and try to sound out the
right
syllables to Shakespeare. It's like it's not there.
Look around. This ain't Shakespeare here. This is Terrifier. Well, All Hallows Eve, but fuck it. My God.
Precursor to Terrifier.
Right.
Oh, nice. Everyone's being so nice in the comments. Actually, because I got my pictures out of fucking order. Real quick, I know because he's in makeup and black and white makeup, and it fucking threw me off. All right, we do have a bit of kind of breaking news here. We did lose Ace Frehley, one of the founders of the band Kiss, just recently passed away.
Yeah, that's
yeah, that sucks, man. That's how do you feel about it?
Kiss is obviously probably the most monetized band in history. You either criticize them for it or you love them for it because you buy all their shit. And obviously, Ace hasn't been around Kiss in some time. I don't believe. Do you recall exactly when the troubles with him and Gene started years ago? I was trying to think back. I couldn't remember exactly when that started.
I was trying to, because I kind of forgot about that. And I don't know exactly when
because there was a big. I know there was lawsuits and falling out, yada yada, whatever. But either way, all that to the side. I mean, it's Kiss. I mean, God gave rock and roll to you. God of Thunder. I want to rock and roll on that. He was there for all of those. Love Gun. Kiss has always been cool. They were they were 4G guys from New York that put on, rock and roll makeup to get chicks. And that's their description of how they got started. Kiss was cool, and Ace is right there with it, man. It's this sucks to hear. We're losing all the icons here. I mean, he was, one of the good ones, man. This sucks.
Yeah, like time, that pesky thing about time, it comes for us all, unfortunately, and it sucks.
Like Mother Nature is undefeated, but hey, you know what?
What?
Dude got to be a rock star. You know what I mean?
I mean, hell yeah, you got to put on the makeup and fucking have a good time. So,
like I said, he made millions of dollars, getting painted up like the Star Child, Star Man.
Right, and you put on one hell of a damn show. That's what I can say about it. So,
for decades, from like this, from what the 70s they got started
70s
or something. Yeah,
sometime in the 70s, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, early mid. I don't remember exactly. Dude got to live out decades of a rock star life. Like that's that. Obviously, all of us were doomed to this fate. But you know what? Dude lived a cool life, I'm sure. So thoughts for his family, of course. But he will be celebrated.
Oh yeah, man, it sucks. Because we lost Ozzy earlier this year, and now we're, like you said, we're losing all the big ones.
Yeah.
It don't last forever, unfortunately. So
rest
in peace to Ace Frehley, man.
Ace Frehley, he is truly amongst the stars now. So Godspeed, my friend.
Can rock and roll all eternity and party every fucking couple eons or whatever. I don't know.
God did, he gave rock and roll to you, as they say. So there you go.
Hell yeah. All right. So now we're gonna circle back. Yeah, it was the makeup. I was like, in the mix of pictures, and they're all like this big. I was like,
how fitting. Now, I mean,
it's not art.
I'm not saying our review of a Terrifier or Art the Clown preceded him, with the whole makeup and everything else. But no, there's no other fitting of a show for this to happen on. So it is what it is.
Yeah, like there's so many iterations of black and white makeup, but man, you can do a lot of crazy stuff with it.
Art doesn't wear much silver. He just sticks with black and white. He's a basic, you know what I mean?
Keeps it simple. All right. So what's? Oh, so do you want to give me some after hearing that the mixed reviews and all this other nonsense? So what are your quick thoughts on this movie that kind of started the whole thing that we have now for Terrifier? What you got?
I believe this was my first exposure to Art the Clown. I saw this movie about a year after it came out. A friend of mine, I don't know where he got the DVD from. He probably burned it off the internet, or God knows how I got a hold of it. I can't even remember at this point. But I saw this years and years ago. I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. And then nothing until Terrifier came out. And the one thing that those reviews that you said that really stands true is, even with the little that we had of him at this point in time of 2014 or whatever it was, he's just 13. A black and white clown, or 2013, whatever. Yeah. He's literally just a black and white clown. You can go on to Tubi right now and find thousands of killer clown movies. But this guy, this wasn't even David Howard Thornton yet. And this just goes to show you how much Damien Leone, his influence on the character and everything else, plays into this. And it really goes to show you how effective a little can be. Much like another perfect Halloween example, the Michael Myers mask. It's literally just a white William Shatner mask that, depending how you light it, can be the most frightening thing that you've ever seen. It goes to show you how if it's done simple and correct, it can be very effective. And Art the Clown here, he is everything that you get from him in this movie, even being played by a different guy. It's gotten even better today because Leone has perfected it over the years. And I love how especially in that third segment of this movie, the grindhouse feel of it, it's just so good. I really enjoy it. Well, I enjoy most of this movie. There's one part I'll shit on later, but I'll save that. So.
I'll definitely be pulling down my pants and crapping right next to you because I won't make eye contact with you, but I'll trust me, it's the same.
We can look in opposite directions. It's fine. We'll do the camping roll. We'll face away. It's fine. You go to that bush and I'll go to that one. We'll do the whole.
I'll just
hunting trick.
Yeah, in lockstep, because I kind of have a weird gripe about this movie too. Yeah, this is the first time I saw anything about Art the Clown was, of course, Terrifier. So I'd never seen this. This was and we always heard you talk about this or like this. I was kind of confused. I'm like, there's Ninth Circle, which is technically the first part of this. So it's a short
the Ninth Circle came first, then the Terrifier short, then All Hallows Eve, and then the Terrifier
together. Yeah. Right. Well, I was kind of curious because I knew that it was like a different guy playing it, so I was kind of curious, like looks wise or like maybe mannerisms. I mean, he doesn't speak, so it is kind of that is easy, but in the same way, it's hard because you do have to still emote. Where's that damn? I have a good picture of it like this. If I would have told you that was from the actual Terrifier movie, you'd believe me because I'm like, it's just very straightforward. He just points, he laughs, and
he's got the personality. That's what puts him over the top. I mean, that's what makes Art special.
Yeah. Also, YouTube, this is my makeup tutorial. This is fake. It's not real. It's a clown with blood. Right. Leave me alone.
Right.
I have to say shit like that. Yeah. But no,
so it gets transcribed in the YouTube portion, so we don't get fucking trouble here.
Yeah. I'm a makeup artist. I can fucking say that. And speaking of that, I do agree with that. It's like you can tell. Like Damien Leone, like he knows what he's doing. Like you said, that's something I said about this. I'm like, you can tell like the passion is there, and it's very well done. Like you can do a whole lot with not a whole lot, and this is a good example of that. Like this is just it's the effects and some of the I mean the story. Well, it's three things slapped together into an anthology thing, but like. Right. Except for the one part that we're gonna shit on here in a second. I know we are, but like, it was so weird. I mean, like, if it was a standalone, I'd be like, okay, but like when you slap it together, it's kind of weird. Yeah, I thought this was cool, and like I said, I'm never gonna like shit on somebody for wanting to be creative and make a film, make a write a play, do something like that. Like this would be like you could easily believe like me and Frank, a couple of our friends, a bunch of dickheads went out in the woods with like a camera and like filmed some short little movie where someone gets killed in a sleeping bag in a tent or some shit. Like we got to pick them up, do the Jason thing, and smack them against a tree in the sleeping bag.
Yeah,
still one of the best kills.
100%. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, and but like if the effects and the prosthetics and shit are there, that's what blew my mind. I think that's why it stays. And some excuse me, something I can speak to that like simplicity weirdly stays with people. There was a music video that I was in for one of my friends that I don't know. I guess I was the only one who got the memo, but like I just dressed in like all black, and I had this real cheap, probably like $1 Halloween mask, just this white plain, almost mannequin shaped mask, looking mask, and I just like because I was into Marble Hornets at the time, it was really big in like the 20 teens, these like mid 20 teens. So I thought I was clever because I made it look like Masky, and if you know who Masky is, I mean that character. I just like I took a Sharpie and like darkened the eyes. I gave him the little eyebrows over top and like darkened the lips, and I wore that. So just this like I still have it's in the garage somewhere. I found it a month or so ago when we were cleaning stuff. I still have it, and I just wore that. Obviously, I didn't talk, but like, and then I took like there's still a streak of blood. I put like a streak of blood on my finger and like put a tear down his face, like in one of the shots. And he came and told me, he's like, after we made that, he's like, dude, so many fucking people ask, like, who's the guy in the mask? Who is that creepy dude in the mask? What does that mean? Who is that? That's so goddamn cool. I'm like, I was just wearing. I did what you told me to do. Like, he's like, dude, people still talk about that. I'm like, okay. It's weird.
Well, that's why I brought up, Michael Myers, because he's a dude in coveralls and a William Shatner mask, and he's made 13 films. He's not fancy. He's bare bones, but there's something off-putting about, and I think like with like the pale white face, it's kind of. I mean, I've heard some people say like, you put your fears onto it. So it's almost like a mirror where you see multiple things, whatever it is. And it's almost like the lack of impression hits harder than anything else you could have done. I mean, what's scarier? To some people like a Freddy Krueger that's burned up with lots of detail works, whereas on the other side, you've got people like Art and Michael Myers with very little to no detail. Whereas I would say Art's kind of in the middle because he has like the bigger nose and the characteristics, but he still has that pale base of he's nothing. Like that right there. He's a normal guy. He's depending on which version of Art, which I haven't like, depending on how you see Art at different times within the films. He changes, obviously, and I don't think that's all due to a different guy played him. I think that's intentional, but we'll see as more films come along. But he's an interesting character, nonetheless.
Yeah, I agree. All right, what? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, well, I mean, I know like the first thing is the director, but I always love it. However, the way Frank fucking writes this stuff. All I have here is the vision of Damien Leone. I mean, because I guess maybe he knows. Like, to be fair, I don't think I have to ask you what you think about this guy. So,
well, it's not like I've got
obviously,
and literally, like, pull me up on camera here for just a second. Literally, this is just from grabbing from one shelf. Obviously, there's art behind me. There's the brand new Art the Clown figure that just came out. Got that. Here's here's another Art the Clown that I have. Here's another one, and we've got one more, Bob. This was literally just one shelf. And the tie it all off, the Art the Clown cup. So it's not like I'm a fan or anything of Damien Leone. Like, fuck this guy. I don't like Damien Leone. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm crazy.
This is like low budget guy who thinks he's a the next Greg Nicotero. Like, what the hell? I think
yeah, dude, no. Yeah, Damien Leone,
So what do you think about? I mean, like, 'cause he does some crazy shit with this movie. Like I said, with not a whole lot.
Yeah, he's like what every horror nerd wants to become. I mean, I know I've written some stuff down, scripts wise and characters and stuff. I know you've done this. He's literally living our
dream. Yeah. Well, what the hell happened? Was that noise?
Living our dream of. He brought his character to life. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, it came back. We're good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, somebody called me. Sorry. Yeah, no, I got you. No, what Damien Leone's getting to do is living every horror fan's dream of bringing the character that they created to prominence. How many horror characters have been created over the years that never made it? His broke through, and it's so simple, it's so basic, and it works, yeah, people can try to pigeonhole him. And I know, like, even Frank has talked about he wanted to see like Damien Leone do something else besides Terrifier. And to an extent, I could agree. But if you've struck gold, you go for it while you got it. You know what I mean? And I mean, I jokingly say, yeah, give me 15 Terrifier films, but I would rather see him end it on a high note and not get to the point of Freddy's dead where nobody gives a shit anymore. So, but hey, I'm here. Anything he does, Damien Leone, he's up there with like Rob Zombie, all them for me. I will support anything he does. He's a cool dude. So.
I think I agree with Frank. I think that should have just been the whole notes. Is just let Tex talk for like an hour and a half. That's fine. You know more about this than I do, so
I can show more Terrifier shit. I literally grabbed from one shelf that I walked into this room on. I've got more I can show. There's a popcorn bucket across the room. So yeah, no, right. But yeah, it's once again, this is a shut up and let Tex handle it episode. Unfortunately, so is what it is.
No, that's fine. Like I said, I'm coming at this. I've seen the other Terrifiers, but I had not seen this yet. So now I kind of have a more.
You haven't studied them like I have.
No, I'm saying I've seen this now, so I kind of get like I see the origins of it. I see where the idea is. So like, if that's what you're saying, like the vision this guy had, it's because I was wondering, I didn't know if this was like when I knew it was an anthology thing. I thought like, wait, was it like a one part of it, and like there was a different story, and for some reason that's the one that stuck, but apparently not. Like he does exist all throughout this this movie in different well, not different forms, but like he's in there as a pretty constant character. So I was like, okay, I see where it's at, and I see why that's what we went with.
I can't remember originally all Hallows Eve was going to be a anthology about different stuff, and Damien Leone was contacted about using the Arthur Clown character for one of the shorts, but somehow Damien Leone talked himself into directing the whole movie, and he literally centered the whole film around art. I can't remember the small details about the other stuff, but I mean, obviously it worked. I mean, it was a long-term game kind of thing, because this was 12 years ago or when this was made, but it takes 20 years to be an overnight success in this kind of business. So it's not done quickly, but
it'll eventually take off. Like I said, if you watch this, I mean, it's impressive with how much some of these prosthetics. I know like some of the mold. There was like one. I couldn't get it, but there was like one shot of like the kid. I probably also wouldn't have been able to show it, but like after the kids died, I'm like, those are really well done of the heads of the kids that when he kills them at the end. And I've got the one of the gas station clerk. I'm like, yeah, it's again, it works, and it is weirdly well done. Even though like I know and I definitely could not show the girl from the car at the end, but I know it's her in a table, but like it's still a cool effect.
There are a couple times where Art's mask doesn't look quite right. Like either they had been shooting for a while and it kind of slid down a little bit because the forehead is kind of protruding more than normal. It looks off a couple times in this movie, but for the most part, it's pretty solid. Like even like you said, like once the kids have been beheaded and they're laying on the bed, obviously that's prop and you could tell. But
Yeah.
for having no money, it looks pretty good on film. It's believable if you're just not, you know, a gorehound that studies this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm watching, I'm like, oh look, a kid got beheaded, but I'm also like, oh, that's not bad. I mean, really, if I had like $500,000, I mean, yeah, I could do that. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, ah, that's cool. But oh Lord. Yeah, it's like there was something there, and obviously now we have 3 films, I think, with a 4th being suggested, because I'm pretty sure with the way you ended that, there's
Four is happening. From what I've seen, apparently it's already been written. I don't know when it's going to be coming out. I'm hoping 26. Probably I would
say maybe this time 26, I hope.
Maybe this time next year. That'd be kind of cool, Damien. You could you know, get this thing pumped out. I mean, hell, you know, it shouldn't take too long to shoot one of these movies. So, you know, let's you know, get it done. So I'm here for it.
I'm gonna say we left off on some interesting cliffhangers. So
yeah, that's I've got thoughts and fan theories that probably aren't true, but sound really good in my head. So we'll see what comes to pass. So.
Yeah, and there's something I would love for you to explain at the end of 3 that I'm like, you didn't just kill somebody off screen, and I'm just supposed to accept that, right? That feels a little cheap.
Yeah. Right.
Anywho, listen. Oh, cast. All right. I sure I had a picture of all of them, but I really don't. So cast. It's not like they're well-known people. Obviously, I mean, it's like
those
I said,
kids
what kind
are
of
shitheads in this movie. I'll say that fucking much.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like you've seen slasher movies where like you don't care because like they're a bunch of shitbags. And I'm like, I mean, but to be fair, I'm like, I was also probably both these kids when I was that age. I'm like,
oh, 100%. Actually,
yeah. I'm probably still that way, whatever. But you know, you got the 2 kids and the babysitter Sarah, who actually this is cast, not plot. What the fuck am I doing? Hold on. I'm gonna have myself. Anyway, so I would say more so maybe not so a character, but is there any you can't say Art the Clown. I'm vetoing your Art the Clown pass. But I mean, who
obviously Art the Clown, I've got the guy on my fucking wall. Yeah. But besides him, Sarah the babysitter right there, Katie Maguire or whatever. I can't remember her first name. It starts with a K. I can't remember her life.
I think it's Katie.
She's you do realize that she's in Terrifier 1 as well, playing a different role, right?
I was wondering if some of these people had been in the other Terrifier movies, but I don't think I ever.
She comes back as the newscaster in the beginning of Terrifier 1, playing a different role. She's the girl that is making fun of Victoria on the phone with her boyfriend, and Victoria fucks her up because I got to talk to this ugly bitch, yada yada whatever. So she comes back for Terrifier 1, and she's seen, I believe, in 2 because, you know, flashbacks and whatever. I really liked her in this movie. I don't think she's a very big actress. I couldn't tell you anything she's been in besides the Art the Clown films. But without her kind of carrying this movie, because with every good anthology, especially horror, you know, you have like the wraparound piece. And hey, it's House 237. Does that remind you of any other movie that has Jack Nicholson in it?
A hotel room specifically. Yeah.
Right, a certain hotel room. But with her story, she's, you know, it's the babysitter on Halloween. They literally say it as a line in this movie.
You're just asking for it, aren't you?
Right. Never babysit on Halloween because some psycho is going to hunt you down.
We've seen that movie, yeah.
I've seen like 13 of those movies, but not counting Art the Clown. But you know, it's her. She goes from don't watch that. You know, where'd you get that videotape? Ooh, that's gross. To once she gets the kids to bed, sitting down and watching the goddamn thing. it's because of her all of this happens, and she's actually a good actress. Now, one thing I will say, the wife in the second part is a horrible actress. Her screaming and crying and acting scared is god awful. Like it stands out.
I don't have a single picture. I have this. I have the painting. I don't have a single
No, that's all you need from that
story.
Yeah, you could have fast forwarded the wife in that role. Her acting is fine when she's not being scared, but oh my god, they're gonna kill me. There's something in that. Like it's the most like you work in haunted houses, so you've seen bad acting. Mm-hmm. Tell me that's not bad acting by her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and since I teach people how to like act now, so yeah, it's half of like I can show you how to do this, but like you've got to bring the other half from yourself.
You have to believe. You have to present it like it's real. She's not doing it.
It's like just let it like don't. I always remember this clip from because I watched the entire DVD special menus, special features of a movie. So I think I remember from seeing School of Rock, Jack Black, when he's talking about he takes an aside talk about Tenacious D, and I always remember him saying like no critics. That's the way we write. No critics in your brain. Get that out of there. Don't even worry about it. Just let the stuff happen. Let it flow. I'm like, that's how you describe Tenacious D to somebody. It's like, don't worry about if it sounds, or the lyrics don't make any sense. Just do it and just let it happen. Like he's like, just no critics in your brain. Get it out. I'm like, yeah. Because if you stop yourself and you second guess it, like, the people don't know that you're doing that. I mean, they don't know you did something wrong. Just kind of roll with it. I mean, I've fallen flat on my ass in front of people and on my face, but I keep the act going. It's a relentless pursuit. I'm like, I am still going to be scrambling after you, and after my chainsaw that is dropped, to my left, pick it back up, and I'm still going to chase you. I'm not limp. I'll chase you with a limp, and I've done that.
It worked for Gunnar Hansen in '74. I mean, he rolled with it. So terrifying. You do what you need to do. It's still terrifying
to chase somebody with a limp, with a chainsaw.
Right.
Like I'm telling you. Yeah, no, I don't have anything from the second story because what's that website where people tell you like where the pee breaks are in the movies? That's the pee break.
Oh yeah, well, that's like a go take a shit, smoke a cigarette, make a sandwich break. That's a really long.
I don't know about that. Yeah.
Come back in 20 minutes. We'll call you. Don't call us.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, but as far as the acting goes, and the girl that plays, well, really, there's three pretty good female performances. The girl that gets took in the train station, she plays very believable scary. I thought she did really well. And once again, she's another no-name actress.
This girl?
That girl right there, yes. Once I really like how she emotes with these roles and everything else. Then, of course, you have Sarah, the babysitter. Once again, I think she's the linchpin to all this. And then the girl in the third segment, she does every bit as good as Lauren Lavera does in the Terrifier films, in my opinion. You believe that she's scared. She's not helpless. She's actively trying to save herself. And you really feel for her as she's trying to get away, even though she knows it's hopeless. Like, this dude is popping up every 2 miles just out of nowhere down the road. Oh, now he's in the back seat. Now he's here. What you get from her in that short segment was done really well. And it shows you how a proper final girl should be of, showing the strength through the fear of the boogeyman is after. This is not a new formula. They've been doing it a long time. But Damien Leone, once again, I think these three actresses, it shows to his credit of he understands this kind of cinema and what needs to be done. If you have a Michael Myers over here, you need a Laurie Strode who can oppose him, or Nancy with Freddy, Sydney with Ghostface, whatever you want to throw out. You need your equal and opposite.
Yeah. I agree. I think this girl was my favorite in the third segment.
She was good. Yeah.
Yeah, she genuinely felt like, just from, because you see kind of each bit of her, like when she's just talking to the gas attendant, just trying to get directions back to, back home to like this, where I'm like, yeah, I think Art watched Michael Myers a few times. I'm like, this bitch is in the back seat, isn't he? Like I was saying out loud, I'm like, he's in the back seat, isn't he? If this right here doesn't sum up that third act, I mean, that's kind of what this is. Like, man, he's just like over her
Dude,
shoulder.
that
This whole
motherfucker
time.
dug under the ground to get to it. That's some dedication, man. Like, holy
That
shit.
was ridiculous. I mean, I was like, was he sitting there with his little spoon and just digging under the damn like the shed? I'm like, okay, whatever. Because she seemed to just kind of sit there and pass out for a second. I was like, she just kind of, like I said, that's the believable part. Is she did genuinely seem like freaked out, but she, what, like you said, wasn't just like, what do I do? Like, it was believable that she's like, oh, I'm gonna get in my car. Now she did one dumb thing. When you see that car on the side of the road with its blinkers on, like, get out!
You don't stop. Yeah, no, you don't stop. You keep going. Yeah.
I'm docking you for that, but then she like got. I mean, but she immediately got in the car, ran off, said, "No, fuck that. I'm not dealing with that." Runs into the bar and like puts a bar in the door, locks it behind her. You know, does her best, but ultimately, I mean, she kind of bites the dust, unfortunately.
Yeah, she eventually she fell to, but see, this is another thing that people criticize Terrifier or Arthur Clown films about. In traditional cinema, the final girl always wins. Well, what a lot of people haven't, I guess they haven't studied the genre as much as others have. We're in a different time of horror. The whole final girl always wins, that was an 80s thing. Then the 90s happened, Scream comes around, everything else. Then we get to that 2000s era. That's when things started to change. And you were seeing the stars of the film not necessarily being the final girls, but the monsters themselves. That's why you saw so many films where the bad guy would win or they would get away somehow, obviously to make another movie. But what Arthur Clown is, he's the perfect example of this era of horror where the good guy doesn't win necessarily. At least a good portion of the time, the bad guy is going to get away with it. And it's a different kind of slasher, but it's kind of its own thing.
Yeah. Because I'm like, even in some of the 2000s ones, like when they remade Texas Chainsaw, I'm like, Jessica Alba makes it away at the end. I'm like, right, but I mean, like,
right, but she gets the Hewitt still
there.
Yeah, once she cut his fucking arm off or whatever, that was a mistake. Wow.
True, she did hack his arm off. That's fair, but
that's why they couldn't make any more movies in that timeline, and they had to go back and do the beginning as a prequel because they cut his arm off. They shouldn't have done that.
It was still a good movie, but I was like, yeah, you kind of did. I mean, unless you start doing some like Ash from Evil Dead and he just attaches.
Well, that's what I was fixing to say. Unless we're getting some like Tinker from Texas Chainsaw 3 or 4 or whatever, where he's hooking up Leatherface with it. Now, like you said, if they want to do a chainsaw arm on Leatherface, I'm going to go ahead and give you all of my money and Jeremy's to see that film right now. But I don't think that's happening.
I think his mastering a lot more freakier because it's like he doesn't have the finesse of two arms to be able to try and make it.
No shit.
Thrown together. I mean, it could look cool because it could be more like rigid and messed up, like him still trying to make this work. Shit.
That'd be cool. I'd be down.
Oh, plot. Okay. Well, so plot. Like I said, it's essentially babysitter on Halloween night. With these two kids that just got back from trick-or-treating, and they find this mysterious VHS tape that was put in the young boy's bag. And of course, it's a back and forth of like, let's watch it. And she's like, no, you guys are too young. And kid did make a good point. He's like, we've probably seen more stuff on the internet. And I'm like, he's kind of got a point. I mean,
we probably also like .com and live links existed way before this movie came out. So.
Yeah, best score. Trust me, there's some crazy stuff on the internet. Which I mean, to be fair, it's not too far off because I mean, what they end up seeing on there, like we said, the Ninth Circle, where this girl gets abducted, like basically literally into hell. So via like Art the Clown and gets brought before Satan. And words.
It's funny how hell looks like a sewer basement somewhere in New Jersey. It's funny how that.
It's like it's somebody. Right, somebody works in the city and like, here, you can use this corner.
Somebody worked at the water plant. Hey, you can film here. That's fine. No worries. It's all good.
It's a dingy. Yeah, it's fine. We can't get the saw bathroom, but we got the.
We'll throw some red light on the background, and I'm sure hell has sewer pipes in it, right? Is that how that works?
If there is, I haven't seen it yet in my hell. I've just been peeing in the corner. I don't really. Yeah, there's nowhere to.
Well, you are in a cave after all. I don't figure there's a lot of flushing toilets in a cave. So,
there is one porta potty down there, and that's it.
I blame you.
And like I said, plenty of corners to pee in, and I'm not going to tell you where because you probably may have.
That's your pee corner, by God. Anybody takes it, they're going to have to deal with the death litter.
So. That's my and I've told people
now,
like, they're trying to pose in this little corner here, and I was like, I've peed in that corner, right? I've never seen a kid get up so fucking fast in my life. I was like, get out of here, dude! I've peed in that corner. Like, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well,
that's essentially the plot.
It's funny that it's funny that we're finally getting to review this after Terrifier 3 because if you remember the end of Terrifier 3, the book that woman was reading was The Ninth Circle.
Yeah.
So
I noticed that.
Obviously Damien Leone has held on to these ideas, and obviously we're going into hell for Terrifier 4. So
yes, because the little girl got put into hell. So
yes, because the little girl gets so. And if you go back and watch our reviews of Terrifiers 2 and 3, I hinted at this because I didn't know if y'all had seen this or not yet. But this is why I didn't say anything, because I already knew kind of where this was heading. Now, obviously, what we see with this film is a small version of this, because, like I said, we see multiple versions of Art. We see more human. We see more demon versions at times. By the time we get to the end of Terrifier 3, he's full on human again. Whenever he's on that bus, the yellow eyes are gone. He's back to normal Art. Yeah. So the how and why or the what and the how that happened in Terrifier 4, I don't know. I wish I did, but I don't. The plot points of this film really carry weight because obviously Damien wanted to bring this forward and do it correct with more money and the acting talent that he has now. So I can't remember the woman's name who wrote that book. They showed her picture and told her name, so obviously that woman's going to play a big part. Probably how Sienna finds the entrance to hell, or is it her blood, or however Damien decides to explain this. That's going to play out that way, and that woman in the Ninth Circle book are going to be integral. But plot-wise with this one, I think it's going to feature heavily from it because we've seen like the demons hammering out armor in Terrifiers 2 and 3 and everything else. I think we're going to get more of what we saw here on a bigger scale. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, the plot, I mean, it works because it's a pretty simple plot. And like you said, the kind of framing device, the anchor of it is like Sarah, the babysitter, watching the other bits of the VHS tape. My only everyone can feel free to disagree with me, but I was like, didn't VHS do this like literally the year before? Isn't this kind of what that is?
Oh, VHS. Dude, there's like 6 or 7 VHS films. Like,
but I mean, the first movie came out the year before this, and I was kind of like, this is the same kind of idea ish. But
oh yeah, well, horror anthologies aren't anything new. They've been done 1,000 times. So
yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
And where's that damn this picture here? I mean, if you don't know what's actually going on, he's actually behind the TV screen, but like actively looking at Sarah. Yeah. I'm like, oh, somebody also saw the ring. That's hilarious. Because I'm like, I swear, if this bitch jumps out of the TV, I'm gonna lose it. Because that's awesome. I was hoping he just like punches the glass and just like grabs her or something. But
oh my god, how great would it be? Obviously, Art doesn't call talk, so he can't call. But Art's just standing there holding a sign that says 7 days. I need to see that in the mirror. He does 7 on his hand. That would be amazing to see. I'd love to see that.
Oh yeah, I mean, he pulls up a calendar and just like crosses one day off, like just points at her. You know what? It's like a twisted way of reminding me, like how the old Lego Star Wars games and shit used to play because they couldn't talk. The Legos don't talk, so they had to find ways around like making it work. And I'm like, that's what was so goofy to me, and I loved it because I was wondering when they brought out part 2, which was the original trilogy. I'm like, yeah, but the most iconic thing of like, no, I am your father. I'm like, how are you gonna do that without them talking? And literally, like Vader just pulls out a fucking Polaroid of him and Padme, like points at Luke, and I was like, okay, that's it. I was like, okay, whatever. That's so dumb. I love it.
It's actually a pretty clever way of doing it.
Yeah,
I've never played those games.
Oh yeah, the original Lego Star Wars. Oh, they're good. They're great games, man. I think even way back on the PS2 was like the first one.
I think the only Lego I played one of the Lego Batman games. I think that's the only one I ever played.
Those are good.
That one was fun, but I think that's the only one I ever got into.
That was my problem with them because I'm like, that's where they started. It was like they never talked, and then when the Lego games started talking, I was like, I don't like that. It doesn't need to. Like, it's funnier that way. When they brought it back with the newest Lego Star Wars, they stopped talking. So I'm like, okay, I'm fine.
When you're dealing with Lego, everything's awesome when you're part of a team. I mean, didn't you see the movie? I saw the movie.
Yes. Yes, I saw the movie. And the Lego Batman movie, I will still say, is hands down one of the best ones. The Lego Batman movie is.
Yeah, that one was good. Yeah, that was. I even saw a couple of like the straight to DVD Lego Batman movies that they did. Some of those are pretty decent too. That weren't bad.
Oh yeah.
But plot wise, since we're here now,
what were we talking about? The plot? Okay, yeah.
Now we can drop trowel on that second segment of this fucking movie. What the fuck, man?
I don't have pictures, and I'll let him explain it because I'm not about to try and make
it. Doesn't.
So go ahead.
Well, the second segment of this movie is a couple moves out of the city to the country, and her husband is an artist.
It's on the thumbnail. Sorry. Right there in the top.
Yeah, it's on the thumbnail there.
That alien, that's going to somehow make sense here in a few seconds. Like,
well, we're going to try to make it make sense, but I don't think we're going to be able to do it justice. A husband and wife moved to the country from the big city, and she's on the phone with her girlfriend talking about, do you hear that? Oh, no, you don't hear nothing because you're in the middle of nowhere, you stupid moron. And her husband is an artist. He's a painter. And she's talking about how she wishes her husband would sell his latest painting, even though he doesn't remember painting it, and it happens to be that guy. His big face. Jeremy just showed you that picture there. And then as she's on this phone call, trouble starts to happen. Your typical, encounters of the fourth kind start happening. Lights flicker, power goes off, car won't work, yada, yada, all the EMP things. And then a space alien is chasing her. Now,
I'm trying so hard not to be like, I know it's a guy in a suit, but I'm like, I'm supposed to believe it's an alien.
There's not much I don't know everything about, but I can
look. It is freaky looking. I've done it before where I've looked at a mask in a Halloween store, and I'm like, if you darken it up or you're in a dark room, it'd be terrifying. But I'm like, what the fuck was that? I don't know.
But Arthur Clown is a clown demon, maybe out of hell. We're not for sure yet because we haven't got to that point in the story. At what point does space aliens get involved in this?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what she like reveals the painting to him too, and I'm like, was the painting supposed to scare him off, or what? What was that? Like, it just ends. I'm like, oh, okay, we're just gonna skirt past that. I have more questions about the husband. Like, why do you paint the picture in the first place?
There's other ways. Like, if Damien was trying to get that picture into the film, he could have just as easily had that portrait hanging in the house of where the babysitter and the kids were. Have it in a room somewhere or something, like the Nun style or whatever, like in the Conjuring films. But at no point in time does a space invasion alien fit with the story of Arthur Clown and the Night Circle of Hell and whatever. My only theory is, like I was telling Jeremy before we started, maybe Damien he realized he needed to fill out runtime. He created this prop for something else, so he threw it in here to break up the monotony. Like, that's all I can think of. Because there has to be a reason why, because it doesn't fit lore. It doesn't fit with, like, okay, if this was a VHS film, each segment is significantly different. But this version of All Hallows Eve, because I've seen all of them, they're all on Tubi. But this one's about Arthur Clown. That's why his face is on the cover of the movie. Like All Hallows Eve 2, it's a pumpkin on the cover. That's why you get different stories. But this one is Arthur Clown's film. Why is a space alien here? It just it drags the middle of this movie either. Yeah, it just doesn't fit. Like, and I'm not saying that the segment itself is bad, because if you gave me a whole movie about that, I'd watch it. I like space invasion stuff. I'd be down with that. Well, if you gave me like a horror version of an alien, whatever, I'm cool. But not in my clown movie. Like, that's, not the runner in for.
Yeah, I didn't. Like I said, if I had seen that just as a short film itself, I still have the questions like,
right, it could have been great.
Who's the husband? What is this? I'm like, okay, fine, but now you're showing me these other things of this clown that drugged this girl and put her in chains down in someone's sub basement of their workplace, which is now hell for some.
They took her to underneath Home Depot is where they took her.
Yeah, they took the chains from that aisle and they had to give them back by the end of the shoot.
Right, yeah.
But give them a discount. But fucking, and then like the third part, which I still think is the coolest, with the girl trying to get back home.
Oh, the third part's great. Yeah, I love it.
Because then I noticed that I'm like, yeah, they did put that grainy like film filter over it. The
grindhouse it's an old 70s grindhouse filter. I love that.
Yeah, I'm like, that was probably the best one. But then I'm like, but Act 2 is this chick who gets chased around by a dude in an alien costume, and then like you pull the sheet off the painting and it's art, and I'm like, okay, but why? What?
Like, at no point in time has Arthur Clown been ever known as like a shapeshifter and he can become an alien. Like, that's never been a thing.
Like, he's not even the one after her. Like,
right?
Yeah, that was just, I don't know, it was weird.
Well, and like the only part of that second segment that really has any merit is, and you have to think back to Terrifier 2, where, well, technically 2 and 3, but more 2, where where Sienna's dad, he was, he went crazy and he had Art's image in his head and he drew that whole book and everything else. Yeah, that it kind of starts here. So obviously Art, because there's the fan theories about Art the Clown is Sienna's dad, which God, I hope isn't true, because like we saw her dad in Terrifier 2, I believe, in Terrifier 2 for a hot second. I hope they don't go that way, and I don't think Damien Leone will, but
no.
Obviously, I mean, he's called Art for a reason, and he infects people's minds, drives them crazy, everything else. But really, that's the only part of that second segment that's worth any merit for the Art the Clown story, is he didn't realize that he painted this, portrait. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's the only thing that carried over, I guess, thankfully, because the alien sure as hell didn't. So E.T. went back home, I guess. I guess he just buggered off back to...
I mean, it's a cool looking alien. I like the design. But I don't need it in a Terrifier movie. This isn't Independence Day. I don't need the aliens. I'm good. So.
Yeah, that was really goddamn weird. And then I like the end where it kind of suggests that it's like it is fourth wall breaking. I kind of got this picture of him just like creeping through again.
Yeah, he had his Deadpool moment. Yeah.
Somebody's basement. Yeah, he's coming right at the screen, and then I do love that the shot of right here before Sarah like gets to the bottom of the stairs and he's pointing at her, and the kids just died. For like there, it's like clean, and then for a second the screen switches back to that filter from the grindhouse from the third act. I'm like, oh, and that's telling you that, wait a minute, now we're watching this probably did happen, and this is all connected. Because the other thing that kind of confused me is like Sarah picks up the phone and she hears the girl.
And she hears the girl from the third segment. Yeah.
I'm like, it's probably just like weirdly the worlds are crossing here a little bit. And so that was cool.
I kind of hope Damien brings that back in some form. Like, I haven't fully fleshed this out, but I think a really cool way to end the Art the Clown story with Sienna and the storyline is like it all plays out, right? However Sienna defeats him, yada yada, whatever. And then we somehow kind of do the same thing, but do it bigger and better. We find out all of this was just another videotape, and we see somebody else finds the videotape on Halloween or something.
Full circle,
so Art the Clown can be. We don't want to do like a Jamie Lee Curtis thing where she does 15 different movies and we get tired of seeing Laurie Strode. We don't need 15 movies of Sienna. Art the Clown can go on and do other stuff. That might be a way for Art to go forward in a different shape, form, or fashion. And it would be a cool way to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because that end does suggest that, like, now that's another like section of the videotape, and then it does do like he does it again, like where it looks like he's fourth wall breaking at us, the audience. Like he walks up again through that basement and like comes up to the screen, and I'm like, oh, so now like we're gonna get got. So now it all just kind of, because we're watching this movie now, we're watching it happen. You know,
right?
It's a weird inception of just these stories that all connect.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's all connected.
That would be kind of cool. Like, it would be a way to refresh the storyline, because, like I said, we don't want 15 times of Sienna killing him and whatever. Or if they really want to be brave, have Art win. Have Art kill Sienna, and that be the end. And then we find out that this whole thing has been another videotape that gets passed on to somebody else. I think that would be really cool. And I think there's at least a small chance this could be real, because look at how many things Damien has pulled from this and put into the other Terrifier films. You can't tell me he hasn't at least thought about that. You know?
Yeah. Well, and I was going to say that our background image there, I'm like, how much? There was a couple years there when that shit was real. These fucking clowns are in the woods, just like.
Right.
The one thing I would have told the girl in the car, I was like, you should have just swerved and ran his ass over.
Yeah.
But god damn.
You never stop. Like, you know, you never hit the brakes.
It was like 2016 or something that shit started happening. So not long before this, to be honest.
All right. So, I remember that. There was a bunch of idiots that tried that I saw, but you know, you don't want to do that in a state that encourages your pro Second Amendment rights. That's a good way to you know, get a quick exit.
Like I said, it's I was back working at the haunt again that year, and I was like, so are we allowed to do this, or like am I gonna get shot because like someone dressed up like a clown? You know. it was a weird time. You do it because somebody ruined it, of course.
Yeah. It's not, you know, it's not like I'm a fan of clowns or anything. I got Captain Spaulding and Art behind me.
You actually have two back there.
Right. It's fair. Not like I'm a fan of clowns or anything or whatever, but that's all good. Don't worry.
All right, listen. Trivia. Okay, well, simple plot. I mean, it works. Even if it is kind of VHS-y in a way, which I haven't seen the like 30 of those movies. I don't know how many there are now. There was like
VHS Halloween came out this year. You need to watch VHS Halloween. It is awesome. Okay. Like it is. There's one segment that
didn't fall off. I was hoping they're still good.
Well, last year's wasn't great. This year, VHS Halloween came out. There was one segment that kind of drug, but there's two really good sections. There's two really good segments in VHS Halloween. The last one where there's a father and son do a haunted house and they find some spooky stuff, and then the other one where there's a candy bowl that takes you to an alternate dimension for bad children and turns your body parts into candy. Really, really good. Literally, you get to see a candy dick in this movie. I'm not even exaggerating.
Well, I mean, those are real things. You can send those to people. So
yeah, you know, you get put without spoiling too much. There's a conveyor belt that grinds your body up and coats you in chocolate and packages you. It was pretty entertaining. It was cool.
Or they don't do it and you become pixie sticks for the rest of your life. That's fun. I might have to. if I can find them all somewhere one of these days, I'm going to have to sit down and watch it because I've watched the very first one, and it was probably around that time when it came out, like 2012? Yeah,
Yeah.
2012 was the first
Well,
one.
here
I
here
probably
the
watched it
last few
around that time,
years, they've
so I
all
got to watch all of
the
it.
brand new VHSs that came out on how during October. If you want to download Shutter or AMC Plus, it's like $10 a month for AMC Plus, and it's like $7 for Shutter. You can watch the VHS movie, but that's where they have them, so they're easy to
God,
find.
they were cranking these bitches out 2021,
Yeah,
22, 23,
they
24,
do one a
25.
year. They
Fuck.
do just like Saw used to do. They do one a year.
I was going to say, and this has been going on since
I enjoy
2012,
them.
so I mean,
VHS
yeah,
Beyond was a couple years ago. That was more of a sci-fi than horror, but it was all
before.
right. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I might have to. Because there was some of those that kind of freaked me out. They were actually kind of cool.
VHS, I think it was VHS 94 was pretty good, and then VHS Halloween I really enjoyed. That from the more recent, but that first VHS was amazing. I love that one. That was
First one's very good. I like this idea. Kind of the same feel as this. What have we got? Okay, not too crazy on trivia. All right, let's do Ninth Circle. Why not? Kind of makes sense. The first feature film with the character of Art the Clown played by Mike Giannelli. This is the first feature film where he's played by Mike, right?
Yep.
He originally appeared. Fuck's sake, what's wrong with me today? He originally appeared in the shorts in the Ninth Circle from 2008 and Terrifier from 2011. The first and last of the VHS segments in this film, right? So in this weird sandwich is an alien, and was created because director Damien Leone felt that the 2010s lacked a distinct horror icon, especially a clown. Art was made to be the opposite of Pennywise from the 1990 short series It, which is why he appears in all black and white, uses weapons, has no hair, and does not speak. So yeah, kind of the opposite. Giannelli retired from acting after this film, so the role of Art was recast with David Howard Thornton, which we all know now. It's interesting. I didn't know.
Yeah, David Howard Thornton. I mean, David Howard Thornton plays this role like he's Bugs Bunny with a chainsaw. I love how David Howard Thornton plays. Like he's played the Grinch in the main one. He was in he played one of the killers in Stream that came out this past year. I think he was number 2 or 3. I can't remember which one he was. But he's played a lot of B movie roles. He even did a Batman fan film on YouTube where he plays the Joker. Because if you ever meet Damien Leone, he always wears a purple and green flannel shirt that has the Joker on. He was wearing it at Texas Frightmare this year. He wears it to all these cons and stuff. Like he wants to be Joker in a DC movie. And
like,
he's
an actual Joker role. Let him do it.
Oh, dude, I hate the DCU. James Gunn sucks. I hate what he's doing with it. But I will 1,000 support if he hires David Howard Thornton as the Joker. Yes, please, thank you. That would all will be forgiven. I will see 3 of your crappy Superman movies if you hired, David Howard Thornton as Joker. But it ain't gonna happen, I don't think.
Hell yeah. Let's go to the kid who's probably definitely touching himself to this movie, because I was like, dude, why are you like so fidgety and like?
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, he was
like,
right.
dude, you need like, kid, you need to calm down a little bit. Where's the next? The movie. It was uncomfortable. Made me uncomfortable. The movie that the children are watching before they watch the tape is George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead from 1968. Hell yeah. Widely regarded as the first modern, and regarded as one of the first modern zombie films. Clips from the film are frequently included in horror movies because the makers forgot to properly copyright it, meaning that Night of the Living Dead fell into the public domain, and footage of it can still be freely used.
Yeah, that sucks for George Romero because, I mean, obviously he's gone now, but he never got the money that he should have for that movie. And it wasn't even his fault. The movie was done. then they went back and re-edited the title sequence and they cut the copyright off the bottom of it. So one mistake cost George now, of course, I mean, he made his money. I mean, he did multiple of the Dead sequels, but God knows how much money he left on the table because of that one stupid mistake of not getting the copyright where it should have been. But,
to be fair, Dawn of the Dead, I think, is probably one of the better. I mean, while Night of the Living Dead is awesome, I think Dawn of the Dead was really like the peak of it. I think that's the one you.
Dawn of the Dead of the original Romero's. Yeah, I can't stand Day of the Dead. That movie is honestly hard to weird. I've never been a fan of Day of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead. I've seen there's like a almost 4-hour cut of the 78 Dawn of the Dead. I believe it's on YouTube. I saw it years ago. It's pretty good. It's a long one. Now, I mean, funny enough, and I know it's sacrilege to say this, but I think other people make George Romero zombie movies better than George Romero. Like, I love the Dawn of the Dead. I adore that one too.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Which is funny because I actually did know that tidbit of trivia because when I should go back and do this because I'm pretty sure I actually still have the footage somewhere on an old camera of when we tried to make a zombie film. The joke was, I'm like, they were watching the original Night of the Living Dead. They stayed in because the girl was sick and she's getting sick because she got, infected with some shit. So it's like, they fell asleep watching like a monster movie marathon. It was like, and then when he woke up, since I'm a clever, artsy fuck, I'm like, you do the classic, you open the refrigerator door, he's going to get her a bottle of water because she's not doing so hot, shuts it, oh, there she is, and he's going to run past the TV and it's giving me that part where he's like, they're coming to get you, Barbara.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Yeah, because I'm like, that'd be a funny scene. And then
I love in the 1990 version that Tom Savini did where Bill Moseley takes it up the line, they're coming to get you, Barbara. They're very horny.
Forgot about that one.
Gotta love Bill Moseley. He's one of the greatest actors. I've always been a fan of his. He's always been cool. I like Bill Moseley.
Music is my life, man.
Oh, Chop Top. Of course, Otis from the Devil's Rejects from House of a Thousand Corpses. Otis is right over here on the other side of this, wall. But yeah,
that's true.
I love it.
Let's do art again. Like I had 6 pictures. In the original short film, The Ninth Circle from 2008, the first VHS segment. Goddamn, quit repeating yourself. I know that. Art the Clown was initially going to make his first appearance on a bus, intimidating and harassing a woman who had just come from work. He eventually became one of the background characters when Damien Leone just threw in everything: clowns, witches, demons, monsters, everything up against the wall, and I hoped something would stick. Art, of course, got his own short film with Terrifier in 2011, which is the third part, when viewers expressed an interest of seeing more of Art. So yeah, it stuck and it worked. It's funny you say that he's harassing some woman on a bus, which oddly sounds like Terrifier.
Isn't that how he ended that third movie?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how he ended the book, and he's just kind of like he's sitting across me like, hey. She's like trying to not look at him, like reading her book. So it all comes back. Like these little ideas stick with you.
I mean, I've ridden on buses like during football and school and whatever, but I've never ridden on a public city bus before. That just sounds like hell to do that. I would never want to do that, especially if there's no boy covered in blood sitting there in a clown costume. I'll wait for the next one.
There's no town in the world that's going to make you feel okay with that being on a public transport bus.
Right. There's this clown that's obviously just been massacred or massacred somebody. I'm not sitting next to you. This is not happening.
It is always fun when, there's a fun thing about being a haunt actor and you go home at 2 a.m. and you hope you don't get pulled over by a cop because I'm like, oh, I'm still covered in blood and all kinds of shit. So I could have just murdered somebody back there. You have no idea. What just happened? I did get pulled over one night, covered in blood.
I was recently painting some Halloween decorations, and I was using the fake blood that you can buy at Walmart. You know, the stuff that comes in like the tube, or the quart tube or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, you know how bad that stuff stains your skin if you don't wash it immediately.
Yeah.
And I was literally like, I was pouring the blood on this decoration and just smearing it with my hands. And the palms of my hands were blood red, like I literally just opened a vein up on somebody. 3 days I had to go to work with that on my hands, and everybody looked at me like I was Ed Gein or somebody. Like, you should have seen the looks like, what did this dude just do? And I'm like, it's not real. Everybody calm down. It's fine. But yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Yeah, I got kind of lucky. This was actually when I first started working there. This is probably 2011 or 2012. And I was still doing chainsaw, so I'm just covered head to toe in blood, tank top, my little Dukes of Hazzard hat, jeans and boots. And I'm driving. Yeah, I still have that hat actually. It's beat to absolute hell and back, but I still have it.
Mr. Dukes hat.
Yeah, like if anyone knows me, like I wore that hat like religiously all the time, and it's seen better days, but it's gone through the cave. It's got blood, fake blood, probably real blood on it too at this point. But I had to drive a friend back. She also worked there. I drove her home because she lived on the way back home, and it's not there anymore. But there was like a stoplight, and there was like a turnoff, kind of like to just keep going. And I forgot that's where you have to turn off instead of going straight through. So I pull through to the light, and I'm like, it's 2 a.m. No one's here. I'm still gonna turn right. Just turn.
Right.
They were wondering like, why aren't you turning? And I'm like, because you see right there that cop hanging he's just waiting. He's half hanging out of that goddamn driveway watching me. I was like, who else is out here? He's watching me. I'm like,
I can hear the motor revving. He's going to come get me. I know what's gonna happen.
I'm like, I'm turning right where I shouldn't be. Watch, he's gonna come get us. I turn right and sure as shit, whoo, there it is. There's the lights. I'm like, God damn it. And he comes to the door. He comes to the window, and I'm covered in blood. I'm glad the first thing he said was, he's like, oh, you guys work at the cave? I'm like, yes. Yes, I'm taking her home, and I didn't realize the turnoff there. Sorry.
I'm
sorry. He's like, oh, yeah, you're cool. I just want to make sure.
That's the perfect cover story. Oh, no, officer, I didn't murder 15 people. I work in a haunted house. I'm going to remember that if I ever need that one day. I might get in a situation.
He's like, I just want to make sure, just you guys be safe. I'm like, cool. I drove off, and that's the first thing I said to my 2 friends back there. I'm like, I could have just killed somebody. He just let me go. So that's pretty funny.
Yeah. You got to get like a sticker, this is an evidence I work in a haunted house. Put it on the back window of the car. Like that.
I need like an evidence bag with like a fucking like severed finger in it just sitting there in plain view.
Hang like a foot from the rear view mirror or something, just to really fuck with them.
Yeah, that's my air freshener. Oh god. Oh good. God damn, we're gonna talk about this again.
Cool.
Okay, so yeah. The reason that Art the Clown is not included in the second story, save for the portrait, which is on screen now, making its cameo appearance for Art, was not to lessen the impact of the third segment, which was, of course, the short called Terrifier. I think you kind of said that, like maybe it does kind of let you build back up to like, oh, there he is again. Now, well, where's that pic? No, because then you see shit like this in the third act. I'm like, oh, he just like sawed a dude in half and like took his head off. I was like, oh, okay. Now
I would much rather have had the resources used on that second segment to be put in that third, or even more time with the babysitter and the kids. Like that would have made this one so much better, in my opinion. Like I can see why he did it, but once again, if it was a regular anthology film, I can forgive it. It's just a different segment; it doesn't count. But this is a anthology specifically about Art the Clown. It doesn't fit, and I have to knock points from it because of it. Just
I agree.
It pulls you out of it too much. Like, yeah, it breaks it up, but it pulls you out, and you're like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And you go check.
I was wondering, like, where are we going? Like, what?
I mean, unless there's going to be aliens in Terrifier 4 that we don't know about.
Well, wait. Unless it does the thing that like every horror movie does, we're gonna get art in space.
Oh, okay. Oh, see,
I'm just
this
saying,
is me taking my virtual money and I'm throwing it at you right. That I'm down. Art X, or Terrifier X.
Terrifier X.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Like every horror movie's done. I mean, like we could we could put art in
Art
space. Fuck it.
Art the Clown is such a problem that they do like the Planet Hulk thing that the Avengers had to do and send Hulk to another planet. So Earth has, America has to like, we can't kill this guy, so we're sending him to the International Space Station. That's a movie I'd watch. I like that.
Because you know how goofy it would fucking be if he's sitting there just smiling, but like in zero gravity, like upside down, like it's floating.
And then we can cross over with the Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Art versus the Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
He's just sitting there like munching on like a thing with like
Art
candy.
Art goes to the clown world. That's where he goes. It's not on the space station. It's on the Killer Clowns from Outer Space world. There's your movie right there.
That's true.
I like this. I like
when I was thinking about like the meteor that came down. I'm like, and if Art would have still shown up, I'm like, well, now you have a weird suggestion that he's from outer space. I'm like, well, wait, you do have Killer Clowns from outer space.
Yeah.
You know what? Art could have been that. Art is the black sheep of that family. He's that outcast that got like tossed aside to Earth, and now he could be. He's the emo kid of that whole family. They just left him and let him go because he's too violent. I don't know.
Art was they're like, hey, we like cotton candy and eating them. You like butchering them with a chainsaw. Like, you're a different kind. You go your own way, pal. I can see it.
Frank says when Art goes to space, I'm checking the fuck out. Oh, come on.
What? Why don't you like fun, Frank? Come on. You watch Jason X and tell me now. And by no means is Jason X a good movie, but it is a fun. When you've got CGI projector girls going, hey, he wants to drink and have premarital sex, all of the things.
Right.
The girl gets her head smashed into liquid nitrogen and breaks apart like cookie dough.
That was sweet.
Terrifier X, it's gonna be sweet. Frank, it's gonna be fun.
Frank, I'm not gonna take that kind of opinion from somebody who unironically and very willingly watched both Blood and Honeys of Winnie the Pooh. So I'm not gonna let you sit here and tell me that Art in space is not a good idea. Let's be fair now.
I've seen like 7 of those Poohniverse movies. I saw the Piglet ones. I've seen both Winnie the Poohs. I watched that horrible Peter Pan, or no, was it Peter Pan or Pinocchio? I can't remember. I've seen too many of them. So they're not great, but they're fun. Bambi the Reckoning. I saw that one not too long ago, but they're something else. So,
no. What's the last? Oh, okay. The last one, like we said, I think we mentioned it. The house number in the framing story with the babysitter is 237, which is, of course, a reference to The Shining, which is the one room that you never go into of all the rooms.
Yeah. Well, any horror fan who's seen more than 15 movies would know that's going to be a Shining reference about, for it to be specifically that number. Obviously, The Shining is one of the standards in horror. I'm not the biggest fan of The Shining. I mean, I respect it for what it is and its integral nature, but it's never been like, oh my god, I love this movie like a chainsaw or Halloween.
No, it's a good movie. I do appreciate that in my favorite movie, Ready Player One, when they have the Shining segment. And they're like, hey, we got the key. All right, to room 237. And then the H goes, we have no business going to that room. I'm like, no, you don't. Trust me. He just went through that room and about got killed by the old lady in the tub. Like, no, he's like, we have no business. We just stay out.
Or some guy in a dog costume giving you a blowjob. You don't want to see that either. Shit's going to get weird.
And the butler, and you've always been here, sir.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
I want to know what the when Jack's in the party and he's seeing all the the guests, which I assume are all the same people from that photo in the end.
Yeah.
Do you know there's a excuse me, there's a woman who walks by. It's not like called attention to it. I always thought it weird. There's a woman who walks by and there's like a bloody handprint like on the back of her dress. It's like subtle. It's just not.
Oh,
I don't know if you ever saw that. Yeah, just watch when he walks. He's walking towards the bar.
look,
There's a woman that like
and this
crosses
is
him
in The
like a white.
Shining. Like, do you know about
Yeah.
how long it? Let's see. Well, if it's when Jack's in the bar, I'd go back and watch that.
Hold on, I can probably find that real quick since that thing is right here.
It's been years since I watched The Shining. Like, no, I can tell you the last time I watched The Shining was the day before Doctor Sleep came out, because I watched The Shining before I went to go see Doctor Sleep. It's the last time I've seen it.
I also forget how long this movie is. I got to scroll through this thing to find it. It was something that I think whoever I was dating at the time pointed it out to me, and I always see it now every time I watch the movie, and I'm like, it's never like called attention to, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. And it's Kubrick, so I'm like, I'm never gonna get an answer.
Kubrick, people are still making YouTube videos trying to explain his movies. It's like that dude had layers upon layers upon layers. Yeah.
That's what. So I'm like, it's got to be on purpose for some reason, because I'm like, you don't. There's Jack going. There's Jack going crazy. Hold on, I think we're getting there. There's the snowstorm. There's the twins. There's definitely the Joker origin story, because I've seen that theory so many times. That Danny Torrance is apparently Heath Ledger. Like, sure. He talks about his dad going off.
Danny Torrance, that would be Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi. So. Well, at least in the movie, right? Fuck, I can't remember. Oh, what's his name? Ewan McGregor. Yeah.
Ewan McGregor. Yeah.
Yeah. I always call him Obi-Wan. I'm a prequel nerd, sorry. So.
Same, yeah. He's he goes to the bar twice, right? Because
what, in The Shining or Doctor Sleep?
Yeah, because in The Shining, because he goes there to talk to the bartender.
I think so.
And he asks him for the drink.
Rewatch.
Okay, there we go. There's the party. God, did I miss it? Hold on. I wish everybody could see what I'm doing. I'm like intently looking
Frank shit talk Terrifier X in space. What the fuck, Frank?
Well, actually, I think he commented again. Oh, yeah. Going to space is the film equivalent of jumping the shark. That's a bold. I don't know. It's not that bad. I don't think it's.
This is just. This is just. I bet Frank also holds his pinky up while he drinks his tea every morning too, over there, or the downtown Abbey or whatever, looking down on poor little horror space, whatever. I'd love to see, Art the Clown in a. Could you imagine a chase scene in outer space where Art's wearing a NASA suit painted up like his clown costume? Oh my God, I'm making this movie in my head already.
That's what I mean. Where I'm just like, him trying to kill people in zero gravity would be insane.
That'd be incredible. Take the old line from Alien: in space, nobody can hear you scream. Well, Art doesn't say a word, so it's perfect. Yeah. Oh, that'd be amazing.
Exactly. Oh my God, where is it? Yeah, he goes back to the bar. Oh, this is gonna piss me off.
I don't know if I'd rather see that, or I would love to see this could even be done with a fan film, since David Howard Thornton is willing to do those. Art the Clown versus Joker. Do it, Freddy versus Jason style, but have him play both roles. I think that could be fun to watch too. That way, just go full bore with it. I could see something like that. I'd be down with
that. Okay, I think I found it.
But while you're looking for that, apparently David Howard Thornton will reprise Art the Clown in Scary Movie 6. Now, I don't know if that's still official, but the last I saw, apparently that was going to happen. So, card subject to change as always. but I want that to happen. So please and thank you, Wayans Brothers.
Okay, I found it. This is probably the best picture I'm going to get of it. So, if you look at the woman in that white dress to his right,
yeah.
do you see the weird little like handprint, like blood stain on her ass?
Right.
I don't know what that is. Like, he's just walking away and she just walks past, and that's
there's
just
also
there.
kind of the same indention right there, like where her ass touches her thighs too.
Yeah, I don't know. It just it's weird.
Maybe she's wearing
that.
like a swimsuit under like a sheer thing or something.
I don't know, because this is apparently supposed to be that party from like 1923 or something. I don't know. I just thought, like, why is there a bloody handprint on her ass? Like, what? It's never called.
Or maybe it's like maybe that's like a sequin thing, and light is reflecting off of it.
Because it almost looked like a design, but I'm like, it doesn't look like it goes. I don't know. I have no idea.
I would have to sit down and
watch it.
Rewatch.
Yeah.
I've never even heard anybody talk about that.
No, like I said, I got it pointed out to me one day. I was like,
oh
shit. Like,
well, see, that's the beauty of what like Stanley Kubrick was and how brilliant he was. He could take something that means nothing, throw it in his movie, and people will spend 2 decades talking about it. And it was nothing.
Just like in Pulp Fiction, like, why does Marcellus Wallace have a Band-Aid on the back of his neck? It's like, because Bing Rang cut himself shaving. And it was like, no, man, it's like his soul's in there. That's what keeps it in. I'm like,
no, and that's the beauty of fan theories. You know, you can, what was in the suitcase, all the other things and whatever.
It's just like why he's like, I'm never going to explain why it's called Reservoir Dogs. He's like, because everything else everyone else comes up with is so much better than what I can make it.
You never see him in a reservoir, like I don't know.
He just thinks it's funny. He's like, anything anyone else comes up with is better than anything I could think of. So that's why I just let it happen. I'm like,
hey, you know what? I just hope Tarantino makes that 10th movie count. I really hope he nails it because I loved Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I don't know if you saw it or not. That was a really good one. But yeah. Hopefully he nails that 10th movie.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's all I got. So now we've bullshitted into The Shining a little bit. So what's your final thoughts on the All Hallows Eve 2013?
Yeah, this is 2/3 of this movie are good. The other one you go go wash your car and pick up a hamburger while it's going on. This is but even with that segment, this was integral to getting Terrifier to where it is today. And for that reason alone, this movie's worth watching. Because this is like a quick, I'm not even sure this movie's 90 minutes. I think it's like 88 or 89 minutes or something. It's not. Yeah, it's a short film, and it flies by fast. It's a good anthology film. You're not going to get any Academy Award acting performances here, but you're also not going to get any Razzie, award, performances either. Everybody besides that second wife is pretty solid. You get for any. Well, I'm sure every Arthur Clown fan has seen this movie, and if you haven't, there's no excuse because hey, it's free on Tubi. So what are you doing? It's a Halloween film. For me, it's a must-watch, and it's a yearly watch for me. So yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, being this is the first time I've seen it, I mean, I agree because I kind of did it Star Wars style. I watched the Terrifiers, and I went back and
you went back in time. Yeah,
I did. So, but I mean, it's still cool to see where it started because I think me and Frank were talking about it. He's like, we should just go out and just do shit. I'm like, that's how we started this channel. I was like, hey, what if we just made a YouTube channel? Like, I was like, we'll just go out and start making some films. I mean, who cares if it's good or bad? I mean, if you have the passion there, like I said, that's what really shines through in this is Damien Leone's passion for this, for the effects, for kind of the story. He threw this whole thing together. He did 2 different stories with Ninth Circle and Terrifier. And look what it became. So
it's all connected, man.
Even in space, because now we're gonna head canon this into existence. Apparently, So yeah, I would
we
say
we even if Frank objects, we are going to will Terrifier X to happen. Goddamn it, one way or another, this shit has happened. So, Frank can bitch about it and maul and he whatever he needs to do. But in 5 years, whenever we come back and Frank has begrudgingly we make him review Terrifier X with us. He's going to be here to do it, so it'll be fine. Whatever.
He's gonna make sure that's a Thursday show, so that's like me and you doing it, not him. So
right, Frank won't make that one, but it's fine. I'll talk about it enough to him where he'll at least he'll hear about it. My God, I'll make sure that happens. So it's all good.
We have movies with killer tires and tomatoes and giant rabbits.
And Frank likes killer clowns from outer space. That was one of the things filmed in his hometown. How can he shit talk Terrifier X in space? It's basically the same thing. Come on, man.
Right.
Good.
Fucking hell. Anyway, all right, let's get out of here. Where do people find you on the internet? What have you got going on? So it's that time of year again.
Yeah, well, it's even busier with work being doubled from what it used to be. Which is why I'm not on here as much. I had literally had to take off to be here for this one. So basically, from here forward, if it's not a horror review, I won't be on here. So you'll just have to make sure to watch us to see my pretty face. But on the 27th, which is a Monday this year, over on Alex and the Garbage Man, Alex and I have planned to do a Halloween special of some kind on their channel, Alex and the Garbage Man. I'm hoping I can make it. I'm trying to plan ahead in order to be there. Don't know what we're going to do yet, but some kind of Halloween special, and of course, anything we do horror here. So, we'll try to make it work. So. And Black Phone 2 is out now, and I've heard some good, some bad. I'm going to try to get to it this weekend. I want to see that film, so go check that out.
Man, it's almost like we're all in a hive mind. That was a hell of a segue because, I'm here Tuesday and Thursday, and Frank snuck his ass in here and gave me this photo. So and labeled it in all caps Tuesday promo. So I guess
Tuesday
we're doing this.
Promo,
we're doing this now.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He did. Whenever Sunday we were watching that terrible football team, the San Francisco Losers. 49ers play football. We're going to do Black Phone Week next week. So there you go.
Yeah. So this will be Tuesday. Again, this is a movie I wanted to see, and it's not that I didn't. It's just I never got around to it. So I'm kind of excited for this. I wanted to see this one.
Yeah, and
I'm curious about the second. So I'm here for
Black Phone 1 is keep in mind Stephen King thrillers when you watch that movie. And that's all I'll say. But keep that in mind. So,
all right. Yeah. So that'll finally be a first watch for me. I'll get around to actually seeing it. That'll be Tuesday, and then I'm assuming then that means we're doing the Black Phone
Thursday
2
on Thursday. Black Phone 2.
Yeah, which I guess will be me. So I don't know. I drive the car on Thursdays. So yeah, that'll be Tuesday, and as for me, I'm here Tuesday, Thursday, doing haunt stuff. It's getting crazier because it is October. So
hell yeah,
yay me! Literally, we were about to take down signs and tell people just go these 3 ways because we're not dealing with you. It was bad. It was you're like we've directed traffic before, but never to that degree where. My act is now I pass the flame, run back, grab the chainsaw I had just sitting on the chair on the chair next to me, and then just running to the to block the people. My buddy came with me to block everybody from not going the other ways because and it was every single and it was just no, go that way, just leave. It's like I feel bad because some guys like, no, I want to get lost on purpose. I want to have fun. I'm like, I know there's 2 other doors, but damn it. You can still get lost, man, over there. I'm telling you.
Hey, business is booming. Right. What's that old saying? It's easy, the road to hell is, wide and paved with good intention. Apparently everybody wants to get there, my friend. So,
everybody was jamming the AC/DC that night. It was the highway to hell for real.
That's great.
Dear God. Oh, look at that. And there's a sneak peek for next week, which I'm sure will make you happy. We're doing the Rob Zombie Halloween films the week after. So
Hey,
that's a good time to do that.
No prep necessary. I've got a brain full. I can, I can fill hours. I
don't think I've seen this since it's come out,
I may look a little bit different portrait wise, but we'll see what happens. So we'll see what happens.
You see me. I got the Wolverine back a little bit, but whatever. It was bugging me. So yeah, that's the next 2 weeks.
Frank needs to get
we know that.
Frank needs to get a long black wig and be the Danny Trejo for the first round zombie Halloween. That's what Frank needs to do. I was good to you, Mikey.
God damn, where's the goddamn there it is. Okay. We'll see you guys back here. We'll see you guys next time. Go watch some horror movies this year. Goodbye.
Hells yeah. Yeah, I love that Frank's not here, so I can shit talk those awful 49ers all that I want. He can't say dick about it. Frank's not here. Fuck that guy. Yeah, they suck.
He's in the ether, the space above us. I know because.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's stewing. With some shit come back that he can't say because fuck the 49ers. It's terrible. Go Cowboys. Even though we said that.
Oh yeah. Sports ball.
Sports ball, yeah, sports ball. See ya.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.